Hello everybody, my name is NCX, and today I'm going to be going over how I think you should be playing Operation Neptune, the Beach Invasion. Let's get right into it. Alright, hello everybody, my name is NCX, and as you heard in the intro today, I'm going to be going over the war mission Operation Neptune on World War II, and how I think it should be played. Now, I am only going to be going over the beach invasion section and only the offensive section, because I feel the defensive section, obviously, if you've played this, you know it is very one-sided. It's night and day, and I do believe if you play this and you get past the beach invasion, offense usually wins because of just how the map is laid out and just how usually players play. But the beach invasion is always the section that I feel people either have the most struggle with or do not know how to play. First, let's go over what I see people do and why I think it is a don't and how they should be playing it. So, you start around the water around here. You come off the landing ships, and usually what people do is about 4 of your teammates, especially if you're playing ground war, usually have snipers, and what they do is they get offset angles right here, and they pick off the LMG guys. They usually pick off guys that are peeking out, trying to get easy kills. Oh, excuse me. But it's usually only on the A bunker, because the A bunker is very clear. It's very open. You can have an easy line of sight to the LMGs and easy line of sight to a giant window. But if you go over to the B bunker is way more. It's way more, I guess, armored. You could still shoot people through these little holes. I don't know if you can see them on my screen, but these little holes you could kill them through, but it's very difficult, and people usually stack on B and send a few A. Let me tell you also, I just want to say, I'm still playing on a drifting, broken analog stick, so if you see, like, why it's, like, I'm aiming really slow, or if, like, you just see, like, me aim, like, really, like, weird, that is probably why. But, let's get back into it. Let me tell you why this is a bad choice. Now, I'm not saying having one sniper. Having one sniper is very useful in this, because you do get to pick off the LMGs. But when you have 3 of your teammates using snipers... Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Using snipers, LMGs, or a rifle at long distance only, this is why I think it is bad. So let's go through a diagram on this. I'll try and do this as easy as possible without being confusing. But let's say you have a sniper right here. You have a sniper right here holding this angle. You then have 2 of your teammates rushing up. You know, they do the little place explosive technique, or not technique, but objective. Run away. Let's say you get about 1 kill right now, you know, boom. Okay. We are right here. Now, if you have played this, you know that no sniper can get an angle over this sand dune. Or I believe it's a sand dune. You can't get an angle through this. So, for one, you are now hindered with support from this tiny little bunker entrance. If someone is staying in here, you have no support except yourself, and it is hard to take the gunfight here if you're... I am very sorry, I just woke up and I want to make this video. But if you only have 2 of your teammates, and they have head glitches and it's 2 of them, it's going to be hard to take this gunfight, but that's not the major drawback I have. So let's say you and your buddy push up to here. Right? You push up to here, and you have your PPSHs, you have a shotgun, whatever. You then push up, your teammate gets a sniper kill. You're up here. Once you are up here, I always see somebody in the back over here. I always see somebody over here, somebody over here. Never, ever, ever have I ever seen everybody gathered up by the window. Let me tell you why this is a bad thing. Let's say you push in as a team. 3 people go in. Let's say you kill all but 1 enemy. The 1 enemy gets a 3-piece on you, and you now have lost control, while you have 3 of your other teammates sniping in the back with no way to help you. No matter what you are doing, war is always about numbers. If you do not have the number advantage, you are not winning a war game. So, if you have 3 snipers focusing on the LMG guys on each bunker, and only 3 guys pushing up, you have a potential 5v3, 6v3, at the lowest, a 1v3, but a 1v3 in war as a defensive character is honestly very easy comparing it to other game modes. So the main drawback of being a sniper in this mode and only sniping is because once you get a pick, you only get a pick. That's your role. You get a pick and that is it. But what hinders you from your team is if you need to push up to get an objective. Now, obviously, if you are, say, a really good quickscoper, Pomage, Sprat, my friend Twister, that might be easier for you. It might be easy going up and, you know, having close range engagements. But, as a normal player, it'd be definitely difficult. It'd be difficult for normal players coming in with snipers, you know, trying to go in, you know, quick scope, getting a feed. So, in my opinion, having about 3 snipers on the battlefield at once isn't ideal. It's not something I want because of, especially in the normal war mode. Ground war, I see less of it. Okay, I'm sorry. But I feel like that's just because of how many people are in it, how many people just don't snipe. So, I will say, in ground war, you probably will see less of it, but in war, you usually see about 3 of your teammates running snipers. They're behind boats, they're behind these little crossbars, and they try and take out the bunkers. And it's very difficult to push up, because I have been in this situation. I'm always a rusher when we go on Operation Neptune. Whenever we are on this map, I'm always a rusher, and it is very difficult to take defenses down with just myself or another teammate, or two teammates even. So, tip number 1, or the way I think you should be playing it, number 1, limit your sniper usage. Only have about 1 to maximum 2 snipers. 1 sniper just because I think 1 sniper is needed on this. I think it is very useful. 2, so you can divide it up between bunkers. Now, let's move on to what I think is the correct way you should be playing this. Now, obviously, there is no correct way to be playing this mode. I feel like this is the best way if the offensive side wants to take the bunker. So let's go on to our offensive class, and this is what I've created. I've created a cavalry class with obviously the cavalry shield, hunker, M38. I just picked the M38 because it's my favorite public match submachine gun, a N74ST Sentex grenade, and a tactical smoke grenade. Now, let's go through again what you do on this map. You spawn on the landing ships and you run out, usually on the water. Now, obviously, a lot of people won't like this because of how slow it is, but if you want to win and maximize your chance of winning, this is the best way to do so. Take a cavalry shield, and maybe even just have 2 cavalry shields per team, hide one of your teammates behind, and just push up ever so slowly. This is the best way to push up if you don't have a tactical equipment, which I'm going to show soon. I'm sorry. But, easiest way, again, just push up. Make sure though that you're not doing this, where you're blocking yourself from only one side where you can get killed from the other. Make sure you are going center mode, get in these holes, and then you'll dive to the objectives. Now, something cool about these objectives are, if you hold it, turn around, now go on with it, you cannot be shot from the back because of your shield. Boom, it is planted. Also with the cavalry, you can plant objectives faster, and then once you go in, converging from this system with a cavalry shield is very, very good. Because what you can do is, if you have a teammate behind you and you communicate, you can push up to these windows, block the fire from one of the windows, and have your teammate attack from another window. It's very tactical and definitely has to have some teamwork. But these trench parts are very, very easy with a cavalry shield because of these corridors. Let's go over them real quick. If you have this window, like I said, and this wall is up, you block the fire from one of the windows, and then have your teammate come in from the other window and take out the attacker. Then, once you are inside of this little bunker, you have a corridor. Once you are like this, you can have a teammate with your shield, get behind him, and tell him to position himself to the left. Because you see no one to the right, you position yourself left, guy in the head glitch, he's dead. Boom, you move up, teammate stops, call out, jump out. It's very tactical if you have a cavalry shield. So if you are playing with a teammate or a clan member, a team, or just a public match guy, and he has a mic, try and communicate as soon as someone has a cavalry shield, and tell them, I want you to bait for me, I want you to be my wall. You'd be surprised how many people will do it, and I'm sure your teammates will do it just because they want to win. Now let's go over the obvious way of attacking the bunker. Smoke grenades. Now I'm going to be killing myself a few times. Actually, I don't know if I can kill myself. And I don't know if I can kill myself because I have hunker on with a Centex. I didn't think about that. I can switch teams, I do believe, and then switch back, so we will do that. And if not, I'm sorry, I will just end it and then cut out the part. So, with this cavalry class, though, you don't have to have this cavalry class. I just would think this is the best class because you have the best of both worlds. Taking heavy fire, boom, 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 protect your team while you go to another cover, getting down into this hole, and then, okay, you get the point. Now let's talk about smokes. This is the easier, well, so let's pretend you have no cavalry shield. If you throw smokes, the best smokes I feel are the ones that are between. Like, if you see, I am aiming at the middle one, top right. If I throw a smoke right here, this smoke now clears out this runway from that MG to this cover pallet right here, and then easily diveable into the hole. Now, obviously, you may not make it every time, but is this something that you will most likely get there most of the times, and then obviously plant the objective, and then if you have cavalry shield, like I said, easy to push in. So, smoke spot number 1. Back there, you throw it to about this point right here. The best spot I'd say is right on this debris or a little bit further to block that angle. Now just switch teams and switch back. And get back to our cavalry division. Okay, second smoke is for these guys. This is a little bit different because of their angle. Their angle is a lot more different because it has more of a straight angle on them. So my best smoke that I've found is you line yourself up with this little hole right here. You crouch, line up with the top left part of it, aim a little bit left more until you get about to this angle, look up, throw the smoke. I think that'll land right. Now obviously, I may be going a little too tactical on this, finding a smoke spot for it, but that's just how I am. This smoke spot will clear out the little alleyway that you'll need to get through to get to the bomb plant spot. Now, we have, and also, sure you could just throw a smoke, but you're in the open, you could die. This is the best way to do it. So again, line up with about the left corner here, go a little bit more up till you get about here, look up, throw your nade. I just threw a nade because I don't have a smoke, and it should land right where that nade did, and then it should smoke out the area to rush. Now, let us go back to our smokes again, and now we're going to go over where to throw smokes once we have broken the middle and left barriers. Now, we will go over the right barrier in due time. So, the left barrier is now cleared. You can throw smokes again at the same spot. Now, once you get here, what is the best smoke? What is the best smoke to engage the enemy? I always find the best smoke is, if you can, line up your smoke to the very top of the ladder and try and chuck it in. That's about, I'd say, the perfect smoke. And then once you do that, I'd say then nade inside to the left, because most people play on the left-hand side. And then you have a visible spot to the right. Now, the smoke obviously dissipated before I got up here, but what usually happened is the smoke would clear about this area and a little bit of this area with a little hole. You were then pushed into here. Since you now know that you naded out people, you can then push out. No people are going to be to this left-hand side. Jump out, challenge people whatsoever. So let us go over that smoke spot one more time. Now, the smoke spot isn't like insanely difficult, but it's not something you can get every time. You're definitely going to have to practice with this if you want to get really good at Operation Neptune Beach Invasion. The best way I think to do it is you go to this spot right here and get to the left-hand side. Hopefully you have a cavalry division person to protect yourself, and then you line it up about like at the very top, and then you kind of aim above the bunker and look up ever so slightly. That was a decent nade, but didn't cover more of the left-hand side. And then again, you throw your nade to the left-hand side to push out the left-hand side. Pre-aim the right as it is close, and then challenge out the left and push out the bunker. I feel that this is the best way to push out the bunker is to smoke. Now, obviously, you could just throw random smokes. you could also throw smokes around this area and then push through the bottom and then line up smokes to inside right here. Actually, I'm gonna go over that real quick because I want you to understand what I'm saying. You probably get what I'm saying, but I also want to clarify for people that maybe are like, okay, I get what you're saying, but, you know, still show me so I actually know that I am right. So, like before, you know, you throw your smoke right here. You push up through the hole, and then you have another guy throw a smoke right here. This will block out the bottom part view of the enemy, and then you can now push up to the bottom part of the ladder. Now, I'm not going to switch teams to get a smoke for this, because this place is self-explanatory. If you have another team that has another smoke, you can coordinate, throw it about the left-hand side, about right here. If you can see, there is little bars. I think there's a pipes. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to throw it about the 5, like right there, a little after the 5. Throw it in. It will land about right here, about by this dead body, and then you can push in and do the same attacking process. So, after the 11th, or not the 11th, the left side of the map, we'll just go through the middle and then quickly go over the right, which in my opinion is my favorite side to attack from. Once you have the middle, you don't really have any worries about enemies right here attack you, except this LMG right here, and then people can get angles on you from up there in the bottom in the left corner. But again, best way to do this is cavalry. Have cavalry protect you when you are rushing in, or just have a cavalry class yourself, or again, we will switch over. These smokes are pretty self-explanatory, except one smoke I want to show you, which is very unique, which I am proud that I didn't find, but I am proud that I used them in Operation Neptune, and I just see many of my teammates do. Obviously, you could just smoke right there, get that angle cleared, the smoke about clear, and then you can dive in, and now you're by the bunker and have no worries of getting a shot. So what do you do now? Obviously, like I said, you could take a cavalry division and, push out the windows. You can then push in, have a guy behind you while you are a cavalry division or a teammate is cavalry division, and you bait out for your teammates, be that wall that he needs to then attack gunfights. Now, let's say you don't have a cavalry division and you're at this point. Attacking this point is very hard because of the angles enemies have on you. Obviously, there's this head glitch, and it is very easy to get kills on this head glitch. It is very easy. There's also just positioning yourself up here, and then obviously this little corridor right here, which is also very easy. Something that I find is very easy to attack from, if I can get this smoke right, is you go behind these boxes, you look up at you line yourself up in the very left corner, look up a little bit, throw it, chuck it straight up, and then it should block. Now, obviously, again, it's not, you could do this through the window, you could do it whatever way you want. Again, I just want to find smoke spots so that way people know generally what they could do. They throw the smoke about right here, they look up a little bit to the left, and chuck it up. And the reason why I say chuck it to the left is you want to hope that it lands a little more on the left-hand side, because that is the side with the most protection and the easiest to, once you have taken it, is the easiest to get into a bunker, because these stairs are very wide and they are not compact like these stairs and this corridor. It's very different. So again, throw the smoke about, I'd say aim for about right here. It will still cover this right hand side, but you want it to cover the left hand side more. Now, let us go over the right hand side, which is, in my opinion, my favorite side to attack, and also the easiest if you know what you're doing. So let's go back to cavalry. Again, cavalry will make your job a lot easier on this map. A lot easier. So, best position is, once you spawn, get to this tank. This tank has a lot of cover, you can fit a lot of your team, and you could have your sniper, your one sniper, or two, position yourself right here and get a cheeky angle. I said cheeky, yes. A cheeky little angle. But now, you have to run to either this, or just go straight for the objective. My favorite thing to do is actually look through this little hole, and you can see that little debris from the crossbar. Throw it right above it and look up just a tiny bit. Then, you see that that isn't specifically covered, but then you can rush to the direct left, and then dive into that said smoke, get behind this right here, do your little cavalry strat where you turn around, and then put in the plant. While you have cavalry, you can then play it quicker. And again, I can't stress this enough, you could obviously just be behind here, chuck a nade right in front of you, and rush up because they'll do the same thing. I'm doing it tactically though, because I want people to understand that there are certain positions where you could throw them and it's way better. Now obviously, there is a smoke. There is the obvious smoke. You just throw one at the very front right here and you could rush in. I like that one, but I also think it's very predictable, and also there's not a real lot you can do to see if they're shooting at you, because it is important to see how many people are on the MG. If you can count in your head, there are obviously, I'm not trying to say this in a mean way. There's 3 people on, if there's 3 MGs and 3 people on MGs, if you're playing normal ground war, that leaves 3 other people. That most of them, if people are smart, they will be at A defending A, while other 3 defend B. So, if you get past B and you know there are 3 people on the MG, there is no defense inside. So you can then push through into the MG room and just obliterate everybody, because everybody is worried about the MG. So, I think it is nice to know and see the fires, because once you throw it at my spot, I say my spot, but probably a bunch of people do this, you aim right here, about to the left, you aim up, chuck it a little bit, you can see a little bit more of who's firing and who you can see. Some people might think that's a little too overkill. I don't think it is. Now, let me quickly build this, because I do think coming from here is the best way to attack. Some people might disagree, because people think you can just get killed from here, but people don't play it right, in my opinion. That's why I'm making this video. Let's go back to allies. There is one smoke I want to show you that is the best smoke I think I've ever found. Not I found, but I've seen in Operation Neptune and in any war map. So, let's say you get to this position right here. Now, if you calculate with your team, hey, pull your cavalry division. Cavalry division, right here, you are behind him. You could chuck a smoke to this little flame right here. If I can hit it right, chuck it to that little flame. It lands and blocks the vision of 2 of the MGs. Now, you could get lucky and throw it a little bit more to the left. It has a higher chance of bouncing off, but you could throw it to the left and then clear out all 3, but it is easier to just throw out that little fire, because it's the easiest way to throw it without it falling off, I do believe. Throw it right there, cover guaranteed 2 positions of the MGs, and then have your cavalry division, or if, again, you can throw it a little bit more to the left, hopefully it doesn't fall off, and you cover all MGs, and you can rush in. And obviously, if that other MG is open, cavalry division, boom, protect you, or dive, get to the very bottom part, or after you throw that smoke, and you can tell your teammate, hey, that smoke is going to cover the left MG, throw a smoke right in front of us, that little sandbag right there, and then you can push in. So let's go over that smoke one more time, because that is the most important smoke on this map, and I think it's pretty easy, because you can definitely see the little fire on the right hand side. So let's get over there, and I'll show you, and then one more thing, and then we will end this episode, or end this video, I'm sorry. So again, cavalry division, or obviously you can just throw it from here and hopefully you don't get killed. Cavalry division right here, you're behind it, you aim a little bit up from the smoke, chuck it up, landed again. It covers a little bit of the left hand side, but not entirely, like the middle and the right. Again, cavalry, push up, throw a smoke right here, rush up to the ladder. Now, I say rush up to the ladder because I think this is the best way to attack the right hand side. Leave the mid bunker and obviously the ladder for the A bunker. Once you are over here, you do not need any smokes. It all comes down to, do I have a cavalry or do I not? If you have a cavalry, it is easy to push up to this area right here, and since you have the height advantage, if you get right here, your teammates are going to be extra protected, because not only you have the height advantage, they obviously can't see over you because you have your riot shield and the height advantage. It makes it impossible to see you, but you can definitely see them and get angles. So again, cavalry division right here, protecting these shots. Teammate comes around, challenge a head glitch. Oh, guy running out. Okay, boom. Easiest way to do that. Now again, no smokes will be needed for this part. Once you come in, again, cavalry division, very easy to attack with this. You push into this doorway, your riot shield literally covers the entire doorway, so you can essentially block out the entire angle for an enemy, have your teammate get right behind you, and try and take pot shots at enemies that are not on the MGs. Now, in my opinion, a good way to attack this is a coordinated push of cavalry right here, teammate right here. If no enemies are physically right in front of you, throw a nade at that right-hand corridor, right? Throw a nade at that right-hand corridor, tell your cavalry to push in immediately, get an angle on the MG guys, boom, jump to your cavalry division man with the shield, and just spray them down. Now you're probably wondering why to throw that nade. If you are in this angle, you throw this nade over here, it will land about right here. You could get damage on this guy, which will then push this guy off of the MG, not only helping your teammates, but also making it easy to determine where he's going to push. If he gets naded from the right, logically, he's going to push to the left, because you got naded from the right. So, again, cavalry division here. Nobody in front of you. Chuck that nade to the right. Immediately rush left. Try and get the guy on this MG because it's the easiest. Cavalry sits right here. You will then probably have the guy on the MG right here get off, push to the left a little bit, and then gets caught down in your spray. Now, obviously, if people are coming from their spawn, the best way to do it is clear out the front first. Don't worry about their spawn immediately, because obviously you want their spawn guys to... Oh, my apologies. Obviously, you want their spawn guys to die so that way they can't get in, but you also want your teammates to be able to push into the bunker as well, because if you don't kill the MG guys immediately, your teammates still could have problems, and, you know, maybe your teammates aren't as coordinated as you, and they can't throw the smokes. So, again, take out the guys in the MG first, and then once you get that cleared out, then just play on this heady. It's the most simple heady to play on. You have great angles. It's even the left side a little bit, and get a little head glitch on this side. It's the easiest spot to play and the best spot to play. So quickly, we're going to go over it one more time, real fast, the entire layout. Let's go back to allies. Again, you push up to this tank, right about here. You throw a smoke right about here. Count how many people you think on the MG. Push up to here, blow up the barrier, put your cavalry on your back while you are planting. Faster to plant time. Get to this angle right here. Throw the smoke above the fire and chuck it a little bit up. No, that's a bad smoke. I'm sorry, that is a bad smoke. But if you want, you can go back and see where I lined it up. Because as you can see, this Operation Neptune is ending soon, and I don't want to just restart it just for one simple tip. So again, land it about right. Capture the bunkers! Right where the fire is in the very back. If you want to go back and see how I angled it, you can. So go back and see how I angled it, and then obviously you can throw a smoke right here, whatever, or not whatever, but whatever you want to do. Have your cavalry division push up, get to the ladder, get up here, have your cavalry division position yourself right here. You have now have the height advantage and your teammate, easy angles, boom. Then teammate. Now obviously when your cavalry division is setting up right here, your teammate should be watching his right. Cavalry division right here. Infantry division or whatever right here, nade here, immediately rush to the left, kill the guard here, and then cavalry division right here, and then the other guy will push a little bit more to the left, and you can funnel them. Once you have control, position yourself on the heady, and then hold down with your team. So, hopefully this video has helped you, and what you can do as a team on Operation Neptune Beach Invasion Offensive to help yourself win. I feel like a lot of people have trouble with this map and don't specifically know how to play this map right. I feel, no offense to everybody that plays this map, but I feel a lot of people play it wrong and just kind of rush around or just use snipers to try and get easy kills. So again, hopefully it helped you guys. I will be doing more types of these videos, not just for WW2, but any game. I did not specifically thought of a series idea. This series will probably switch between names very constantly, just because of how I am. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this did help you guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a comment and give me some feedback. I would love some feedback from you guys. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next chapter.